the power of music. The healing power of music has been known for a very long time by many people and is also recognized as the universal communicator. And it doesn't take long for us to even try to listen to different music from all over the world and be able to connect with it, even though that we don't understand the words. And think about it, how powerful that is, that the music can move us in certain ways, even though that we don't understand any word that the person is saying. So we have to keep this in mind, that at the same time that music can be very, very healing, that the opposite can be done with music. And if you look at the history of music, you will find that before, music was tuned to 432 hertz, but then they changed it to 440 hertz. Now, most people agree that when they listen to 432 music, it heals. But when you listen to 440 music, it makes us feel anxious, nervous, and aggressive. This was all changed in 1953. It was all done, in a sense, a swoop, where music producers agreed just randomly to change from 432 to 440. And most people recognize that it was done by none other than the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds. And now, if you just listen to modern music, most modern music that's mainstream, and think about how it makes us feel, and also if you just listen to the lyrics, you see what the message is. For most of the time is about greed, violence, and all sorts of negative things. So if we keep on listening to that type of music, how do you think that we're going to feel inside? Right? And if you want to listen to some older music, and even back in the 70s and 60s, it's not everyone that switched from 432 to 440. So you can still listen to some older music and compare with what different feelings that we get when we listen to that music compared to now. And if you look at the cathedrals, you can see that music was used, or I should say, tones were used to heal. And if we can switch from using the 440 hertz and back to the 432, that we can really start shifting this whole world. And this is another example of how that we should absolutely leave mainstream society with all the food that's toxic, the music is toxic, the medicine is toxic, the politicians are toxic, the clothes that we're wearing are toxic. Most of the building materials that we use to build houses are toxic. And we wonder why we get ill from cancers, from heart attacks, and we're toxic all around us. But all it takes is us to leave society, or I should say, leave popular mainstream society, and go back and start creating ourselves. We can create music ourselves. We can create clothing ourselves. We can go back to what is natural and what is healing. And if we do so, we will really start shifting and start healing from all this toxic debris that we have been ingesting in many different ways. But at the end, the choice is ours. So what are you going to choose?